Excited about my first Florida Classic win. Anytime you can kind of go through an entire football game. We had a bunch of different situations going into this game, and we won some and we lost some. Credit to Coach Woody and his group and his staff for making us one of the best games I think all year. But for me, it was too damn close. But I think that we wanted to come into this week after making the play calling change on Sunday. We wanted to come in and run the football. That was the motto. Been talking all year about our offensive line being one of the tops in the conference, and we wanted to let them be the ones that were going to determine and dictate this football game. So, I said out there on the field, I wish we had about 6 or 7 different pieces of that MVP trophy, because some of our offensive linemen should have definitely received some of that as well. But credit to our team. We had a pretty tough week. Credit to my staff, tough week. Credit to Rattler Nation. I think we're going to have a much, much better week than we maybe had last week. But excited about getting the win. Put the game to bed tomorrow, and then we got to get ready for a very, very good Alabama A&M team on Friday afternoon.
Hey, what's going on, Coach?
Hey, what's up?
First off, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
And like you mentioned, you said you feel like it'll be a much better week this week. Of course, the last 2 weeks, they may have been maybe the longest 2 weeks of your coaching career. Talk about coming out, after 2 losses, all of the talk, all of the social media talk, all of the doubt, coming out winning FAMU's most important game of the season in the Florida Classic.
Well, I didn't have to do all the talking. Everybody else was. So, but for us, just making our guys come in and work hard. Having a clear plan of what we wanted to do, and not shying away from it. We felt we had the ability to run the football with our backs. We thought that Franklin, who's been probably been one of the top backs for us all year, we thought he had the ability to do exactly what he did tonight. And then regardless of taking our foot off the gas or not, but we knew we could run the football against him. We did not want to shy away from that, and that was definitely what we were able to do tonight.
Coach, talk a little bit about what it feels like just being able to come and get a win in the Classic following what you've been through. And this is just a follow-up on Gerald's question. What you guys been through the last couple of weeks, what does it feel like at this point and having one more game to play?
Well, we got a close group in there. I mean, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't know how much we've been through. You know what I mean? You lose games, and people are going to be disappointed, right? This is Florida A&M Rattler football, right? We're a team off of championships, right? So, when you go out and lose games that people think you should win, there's going to be chatter. But for us as a group and as a staff and as a football team, we knew what we had to do this week. We had to eliminate as quick as we can what happened last weekend. But again, get ready for a rivalry football game where you never know where anything can happen. And that was our talk throughout this week. We talked about finishing strong with our senior class, and obviously, guys would tell us maybe some things would be forgotten by winning this evening. So, again, our hats off to our staff, our group, our seniors. Our guys executed the game plan to the best of their ability. And then we go out there and put 41 points on the board. So, I'm happy about it. We got to show up some things on defense, special teams wise. We got to make sure we stop giving short fields. But again, hats off to our offensive line, to our general right here, our quarterback to my left hand side, and to our running backs and the offensive staff. They did a great job this week.
Jalen Scott, WANM Sports. Coach and Daniel, you guys are just on the receiving end of a 3-point loss just last week. This week, you guys won by 3. Was there an emphasis on finishing the game this week, it being close, and will that message carry into the last game of the season?
I mean, our motto this week was to dominate, all cylinders, especially in the running game. Coach preached that all week, that we could do some different things up front, but being able to run the ball. So I thought we ran the ball great. Running backs played great. Offensive line, I also did a decent job of making throws when I need to make them. At the end of the day, team football, we got the job done.
For us, that's one of our mantras. We talk about finishing in everything that we do. We went into the half down. right? We talked about, going through our adjustments and things that we needed to make sure that we executed. And then when we left the group, when we left in the half, we went with 1-2-3 finish because that's what we knew we had to do.
James Hill with James Hill Sports. For both of you gentlemen, congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk a little bit about the venue, the Camping World Stadium, the bowl-like atmosphere, almost 60,000 fans, people in attendance. Just talk a little bit about that. I know you're locked into the football. But
it's an amazing feeling when you see so many people like that, but, we play at FAMU. We used to this, you know what I'm saying? So, going throughout the week, it's just another game. Like Coach said, they just in our way. And at the end of the day, you soak it up, the bowl atmosphere, you stay at a nice hotel, and you get nice gear and everything like that. But, number one job is to get the job done and win on Saturday, because at the end of the day, the fans want to see us, win. That's it. That's all they care about, is winning.
Obviously, the amazing build-up throughout the week, right? You're getting ready for a very, very good opponent, right? Then you got your luncheon yesterday where everyone's all in the same building. What it boils down to the game, everything that led up to the game, and then it was time to play the game. So, I think both sides saw a very, very good football game. I think both sides were obviously excited about the scoring and things of that nature. But you want to be on the right side of this. The coaches that have the longer tenures in this series are the ones that are successful in this game. The list goes on for the people that have been successful here, wearing the Rattler hat. So, if you want to be successful here, you got to make sure you're successful in this series. And it's great. Trust me, it's great to be 1-0 in this thing as opposed to 0-1.
James, you said on Wednesday you about your running backs, you find the hot hand and you ride them, and you certainly found them today in Thad.
I think they all had hot hands, right? But again, TJ Lee, Jalen Goss, Ashton Grable, Cesar Reyes, Chris Davis, Ricky Taylor, all these guys I just mentioned, y'all don't know, but those are our offensive line. The coach, just run the ball. We made a play calling duty change on Sunday. Man, I talked to the offensive line, coach, just run the ball. We can run the ball this week. Just run the damn ball. That was what it was. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and tonight. Those were the sentiments. Don't go away from it, right? We had the opportunity to do some RPO stuff based off of our run game. So we did it. We had a hand in the first, second, third, and fourth, and I'm excited for them. I'm excited for Dad, excited for Wu, excited for Bo, and excited for Rattler Nation because they got a chance to see what our offense can truly look like on a weekly basis.
Appreciate it, Coach. Keith Hadley, Fangs Up podcast here. You mentioned special teams, and so we look into the last two games, and you can equate special teams to giving up about 30 some odd points. What are some of the things that we can do to fix that up, shore that up, and what are some of the changes we're hoping to see going forward?
We got some of those guys that are on our special teams are guys that are quality players on our offense and defensive side. We can't take plays off. We got to execute kicks. And then once we do make our kicks, we got to get down the field. On the punt return, we want the ball to be towards the sidelines. So we mishit it. Our freshman punter mishit it and got the ball in the middle of the field. Also with that, we weren't getting down the field as much as we needed to. But you guys saw the game. We had a punt return for a touchdown. We had a couple kickoff returns where the offense got really, really short fields. And when I discussed special teams with our guys today, and we talked about hidden yardage, right? I'm looking at the hidden yardage today. I think they had 200 return yards, and that, again, short fields leads to points, and so that's execution on our end. All right, we got to be better. We got to continue to work on it. We got one more week against Alabama A&M, who's very, very good on special teams as well, and I'm pretty sure they're going to try to exploit us as well. So what do you do to get better? Make some changes if need be, or use the guys that we have and make them understand how important execution is. Coach D. Rich will tell you the first thing we work on. We don't work on offense. We don't work on defense. What's the first thing we work on? Special teams. Every morning. We give them 15, 20 minutes of that, then we give them another 10 or 15 minutes of practice. So maybe we need to give them a little bit more time. That's definitely been tough on us as far as on the defensive aspect. Obviously Cameron Gillis does a great job of kicking field goals. He's about as automatic as we can get. But we gotta help ourselves with the short fields with some of the returns that we're giving up.
Hey, Coach.
Allison, how are you?
Allison Posey, WCTV.
We know
Good.
you. We know you.
Well, I'm supposed just following directions. I'm doing what I'm told. Coach, you've talked about it a little bit, this team's ability to kind of overcome all the distractions this week. And Daniel, if you want to expand on this too, but what does it say about this team's maturity? Because heading into a game like this, coming off the loss, never know where their heads are going to be. But what does it say about them to fight back and continue to fight back today?
Just sticking together. I mean, we've been through a lot of adversity this year, and at the end of the day, going into this week, Coach was like, this game's mean a lot to so many people. It's like, it's a history game, rivalry game, and at the end of the day, Coach said, as long as we prepare and we able to dominate on all cylinders, we get the dub, and today that's what happened.
I say for the most part, I asked our guys to eliminate the outside noise. Let me be the one that had to deal with it. Let me be the one that had to go through all of that. That's part of the job. That's part of having this job. And I think our guys did a very, very good job. Not just this week, but just throughout the season. We've had a few things that happened to this football team, whether it's injuries, whether it's stuff internally. But that's just, again, the maturity of our football team, of our guys, rising to the occasion where need be. And again, happy for them. I know that the guys, they don't want to just win tonight. They want to make sure we finish strong on the next one, especially for us having senior day. But again, you mentioned it. We're a very, very old group. Jalen Goss, who's about 47 years old, going on his 9th year here at Florida A&M. So he's we got some guys that are really, really older. We got guys working on double masters right now. So that's how old our guys are. But the maturity level of our football team is really, really high, and it was extremely important for our preparation for this week's football game.
Coach, when I was talking to guys over the week, it was certain guys who said this win right here will help move the program forward for years to come. And I guess Daniel could kind of attest to this question as a guy who's about to play his last college football game next week. And Coach, you can talk about this too. Talk about how this game specifically, the Florida Classic, and finishing strong against Alabama and them, getting that 7-5 record will help the program and I guess help you as a head coach also moving forward for the rest of the season and beyond.
I mean, coming here, we throughout this whole week, we ain't even say the word, Bethune. Like, it meant so much to so many people, and just, we had so many people talk to us just about the history of this game and what it means just for the program. Like, throughout the whole season, you want to, go have a great season, go to the Celebration Bowl, win a national championship, but just to win the Florida Classic means so much. And, the years to come, one day you want to be able to tell your kids a story that I played in the Florida Classic in 2024 and we beat Bethune. Like, that's just how it is. So you want to have a story to tell.
Well, you want to end on a good note. Ultimately, right? You're playing this game to win. You want to make sure as a senior, you win, you finish the season strong, and then obviously that builds on your foundation for the off season. You got the guys that will be leaving us. After our last game next week. That's a very, very strong. They're proud, really, really good football players, and so you don't want to leave on a sour note. Obviously having to play the game because of it being postponed. But you want to make sure you leave the program in good hands, and the best way to leave a program like Florida A&M in good hands is by winning.
WANM Sports, Jalen Scott. Coach, you kind of touched on it, especially going into the next offseason. Last week, you had also mentioned that somebody had told you, you win homecoming and you win classic. Mm-hmm. You did both of those. So how does this game affect, the confidence of not only the fan base, but teams going forward?
Well, you get to breathe this week. You get to breathe this week. You get to read how good you guys may have been. But, ultimately, at the end of the day, I think these two guys that are sitting right next to me right now know we got some work. We still got work to do. It was said that if you win homecoming and you beat Bethune, you're in a good spot. But we've had some losses this year, and I think that the Rattlers want to win them all. They want to win They want to win homecoming in Bethune, but they want to win them all. And I think that we understand that. But as we conclude to the end of the season, we got to start a new streak in Bragg Stadium, and that'll be up to us this upcoming Friday. But as Daniel Richardson leaving and the other guys I listed that are gone or that are going to be leaving, you want to make sure you leave the program in great hands, and that's ultimately by winning.
This is for Quan. The score that you had that was called back, there was a determination in your face. Did you just feel that at that point you had to make a play for the team?
Yes, sir, I did. I just knew it was a big opportunity to make a play to change the game. And, I just tried to take advantage of it, the opportunity I got.
Might go to the right side.
Question for Quan and Daniel. So, two-parter there. So, Quan, welcome back. You played at UCF and had some time there. Could you speak to kind of coming back in the Florida Classic and having like a resurgence back, in a city where you may have different feels? And then, Daniel, could you speak to what do you tell the next generation of aspirants and those who want to come behind you and be 1-0 or have a perfect record in the Florida Classic?
Well, this me personally, this game personally, I've been growing up coming to this game. Like when I actually attended UCF, I came to this game and, just playing in it, it's a dream come true, And it just, man, it's unbelievable. We win, we get to celebrate, and finish the season strong, and on top.
Basically, just being blessed in this position, just to play, at this prestigious university. When you get your opportunity, you run with it. And, when I preach to young guys, be disciplined, listen to your coaches, because at the end of the day, they're here to help us, not just on the field, but off the field. At the end of the day, it's bigger than football. And, this program, we have great programs just, in the school. So at the end of the day, when you come to FAMU, come here to be a winner.
Got another one in front here. Chris, do you take the mic from that's one. Thank you.
Last question here. This one's for Quan. So a lot of the questions going into this season was who's going to step up in positions where you had a lot of guys leave. And on defense, it was Leron Jenkins. For offense, later on this season, it was you. So being that you guys both graduated from Buchholz High School, what does it mean to come together on either side of the ball and kind of step up for your team?
Just something being installed in us from high school. Just just play for your brother. And then to show up when your name's called, like stepping up. We got our chance this year to step up and make some plays when we're called on, and then we just took advantage of our opportunity. So that was a big thing for us. So.
This was Coach and this was anybody. Next week, Senior Day, Dan Richardson. I know it'll be a very emotional game, your final game in Bragg. I know you only spent a year here at FAMU, but I'm sure it was a rewarding one for you. And Coach, also kind of sending off your first class of seniors. Talk about that a little bit, the emotions, and like you said, you want the new streak in Bragg to start this Friday coming up.
Basically, we just want to leave off on a good note, especially senior class that I came, guys that I transferred in with, and guys that seniors now, start a new streak in Bragg, and I just want to leave a good note that I was a great leader on this team, and I was just a great person overall throughout this whole university, and I want everybody to know that.
All right, take one more from the wife, and we're past the mic. There.
This one's for Coach Colzie. Coming up to the end of the season, you transitioned from being a head coach to being an assistant and back to a head coach. Could you speak to just when you look back at this season, what is your big takeaway? What are your grows, what are your glows, and what are you looking forward to going into next season as you kind of reflect upon what this season has been?
It's a damn good question. Well, the season's not over yet, so I think for me personally, right, making sure we put this game to bed properly, right, we've had some changes, right, internally, and, and we put the game away, or put the game to bed, right, we've done it a certain way. Now, possibly we have some new guys right now that are doing some different jobs, and I want to just make sure, because we got a short week, right, so everything that we've poured into this game and all the corrections that we need to make, we need to address them. you know, and I just because of some of the internal changes we have, I want to make sure that we do that the right way. You know, now, you know, we got Thanksgiving that we have to make sure that we take care of these guys with, right? Then we got to play on Friday, so it's a little bit of a different week for our guys. So just making sure we get them past tonight, but then getting them ready, you know, for this this big time football game that we have this upcoming Friday. Because again, I'm going to answer your question at the same time, Jared, as far as it being senior day. We got a great group of guys that need to be, you know, they need to end this thing properly. And they put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this, a lot of years into this, you know, championships, rings, and it's just important that it's just important to me, it's important to them that, you know, their final moment in Bragg Stadium is a win. So, you know, ask me that question that you asked me that after Friday, and then I could probably give you a better answer, because my main goal right now is getting these guys properly, getting them ready for Friday. I think that's going to be extremely important, but also them understand Thanksgiving and making sure that they eat and do all the things that they need to get done throughout this week. So give me till next week so I can answer that question thoroughly for you.
I think I can talk loud. We gotta get your microphone out.
Kevin Roger, ONG Strike Zone. Coach, talk about, you had a new play caller today. We had almost 500 yards of offense. What was your thought, and this is for all three guys, what was your thought in terms of how the offense flowed today, the production, and was there anything specifically that was different?
I mean, no, we didn't change any, you know, it was just how the plays were called. At the end of the day, guys, you know, stepped up to the plate. We was able to run the ball, and coach put us in positions to make plays, and that's what we did.
Yeah, I mean, the conversation that I had on Sunday when we made the change, and then just speaking throughout the week about what we wanted to do, you know, and I think that we wanted to hang it up on our offensive line. You know, we've for the most part, I thought we've had the best offensive line throughout the year, and I know at times it might not have shown it, but you know, we got a very, very good group of guys up front, senior group, guys that took a lot of pride into this, and as our conversation throughout the week was, hey, let's coach, make sure we're running the football. You know, even tonight, right? Even tonight, you know, there was some maybe, you know, an inkling that we might get away from it. No. We on the headset, keep running the football, because it also opened up our passing game, you know, and so, you know, again, a little better rhythm, I feel. You know, I think it was 305 on the ground, and you know, D. Rich is gonna be mad at me because we only threw for 180, but you know, 305 on the ground, 180 in the air, so you're close. It's 485. I think, you know, you get 485 and you score 41 points, you should be in a pretty good opportunity to win a football game. And you know, so again, I think I mentioned it earlier. We had one trophy for the MVP, but I think our offensive line should be chipping off some pieces, getting some of that themselves.
Coach, Quan, Dan, thank you for your time. Congratulations.
Thanks, everybody, and safe travels, guys.
Good luck.